Global Rugby Challenge has offered us a little bit of everything. Early tries, big leads, huge comebacks, tight finishes, big wins all around. But overall, we've had our first loss to a subscriber side in the Flakes Guardians big clash at the start of the round. Today, it concludes. Round 6 comes to a close with our third and final match, Munster hosting the All Flakes. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cool Flakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the final subscriber series game of round number 6. The Global Rugby Challenge where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Munster are in action yet again, and you've got to say this Munster side have had a fair bit of form in the last few rounds. The luck though in finishing has not been on their side. It's loss, and loss, but they've scored some points and they've pushed teams like the Flakes and the Dragons to the brink. 28-14 is a score that has resonated amongst the big clashes with Munster. The Flakes and the Dragons know all about that, but when they could have made a splash last round against the Crusaders, they failed, going down 34 points to 15. There seems to be a common trend when we look at the AI sides that are taking on the subscribers. It is the centre pairing that really sets these sides alike. Rory Scannell has been simply sublime throughout this season, and here's the one really that we need to look out for. Their pack is pretty mobile as well. Stander, O'Donnell, O'Mani, all players in that back row that can cause a lot of trouble. It's going to be a tight one. Munster have the ability, but will they turn up again after that big loss last round? Up against them will be the All Flakes, and well, we looked at it last episode, and the All Flakes have got a few weeks to go before they face their first subscriber clash, and amazingly enough, their round robin closes out with 3 subscriber clashes in their last 3 games, so they have to be ripe and ready for those big clashes. We've looked at the table already and we see that the All Flakes have a big problem with not securing those bonus points, but like we've heard from their fans and players alike, the win is what is most important. They do sit 4th in the ladder, and despite the loss from the Guardians in the opening game of this round, they are still 4 points adrift of their Guardians side. So a win here today is necessary. A bonus point will be icing on the cake to move up a spot on the ladder. Here is the starting 15 for the All Flakes here tonight in this away matchup for them. Nicholas Freelander will captain and start on the loose head side of the front row of Seb Waddell and Shady Streetwalker along with him in partnership on the front row. Benjamin Grayson lines up in the second with Caleb Cook, his partner, in the locks. Dean Mumberg starts on the blind side with Matt Sacco moving to the open, and Akara Kamana going back to where he is a powerhouse in this game at number 8. Vigor Rogier will start at scrum half with George Pullman coming back finally to that number 10 jumper. Samar Coop will line up alongside Adam Fleetwood in a dangerous 10-12 combination with Fleetwood outside at 13. Needs to put in a really good performance here because he has been fleetingly bad over the season so far. Christian Catley will line up on the left wing with Saki Gavaldi on the right, and Ike Quigley moving from the wing to fullback for tonight's fixture. We are all set to go here. Munster, of course, in the red. It is the All Flakes in the black and white. They are the away side. This is a tough test here, but they need wins and they need points here before these big clashes at the end of the season. We are underway. Mumberg pulls it in, and straight away we are looking to break away from the 22 from the All Flakes. And Munster back there. Simon Zebo grabs it in. He kicks crossfield, looking to get himself in a bit of a cluster with his own players. Sepinel, what are you doing? Questions must be asked there as he looked to chip one into the corner to win the territorial battle. But all he's done is succeeded in thrashing that one to Rosette of next door stadium, because that was a shocker. Now Skinner will throw in for Munster, and he goes to the front, and Klein does very nicely. They use the backs. Keatley going out wide to Yaka Delta. It is a 13-12 swap around there, as it was Scannell who was involved after the Delta half break. Here is a run from Holland, and he's going forward before being driven backwards. Munster slow it up here, but Stander pops it out, and here is Rory Scannell, the danger man. Klein's involved his round quickly out to Conway, who was pretty much man of the round a couple ago when he was outstanding. Should have made team of the week, but of course is ineligible. He's gone into touch. Good tackle from Akara Kamana. First set piece for the All Flakes. And Waddell puts it into the front, and it's nicely put away from Grayson. Here's Pullman. Oh, hammered is Pullman, and the ball's come free, and away come Munster. Inside now, Stander going to Holland, back out for Ryan, and they keep this alive nicely for Woodson. Gets away from Simon Coop. Looks to go past like quickly, but can't do so. Good run there from Woodson. He put them into almost a 22. Omani pops it back, and here is Rory Scannell once more. Trouble, we almost got turned over there. Trotting in to make this ball is O'Donnell, going short side. He's wrapped up in a good tackle from captain of the day, Nicholas Freelander. Wide, looking for Omani. Oh my goodness, Omani's being flattened from Shady Streetwalker. Here's Rory Scannell, that's why he's in danger. He beat the tackle of Samuel Coop, not the first time he's been put down. Klein out wide to Omani again. They are keeping this very tight to Munster. Here is Stander, over the top it goes. Nicely Wooden putting it back inside, and the chance through the guts is in Keatley. Here is Murray, haven't said his name much. Oh my goodness, what a collision there! Caleb Cook has just squashed CJ Stander, but through they go, Munster. What a run there from Yako Tauta once more. Murray, wide, got me a chance, should be a try, could it be? No, inside it goes from Conway, back out again. He's 1-on-1, great ball to Ryan. Ryan is carried over, and Ryan scores for Munster. It was a blockbusting tackle, but the momentum of the tight head prop has bulldozed his way over. What a run, and look at this, they were all out of ideas. They were just giving it to someone. It was almost suicidal, but Buffa, what a hit there. Justin Marshall finest, a big cracker coming in from Saki Gavardi, and he has clambered him into the try line and over for the first 5-pointer of the game. Goodness me, what an absolute classic tackle. John Ryan scores. Munster, good form. We've seen from them in a few rounds ago, the past few rounds. And they kicked this one off nicely as well. 20 minutes for the first try, but they lead the All Flakes, and here is a conversion from Keatley, which is over. And Munster lead at 7-0. Not the start the All Flakes had in mind at all. Back to Georgie Pullman. We've hardly mentioned his name in this match so far either. Big throw all tied back. He kicks high to the left side, and Fleetwood, who has been missing in action, goes high, and Sacco! Brilliant work there from the open sider. Here is Coop going away to Mumberg, who tries to go route one through the middle. Here's Freelander, pick and go from the captain. He's done very well. Away to Fleetwood, tries to stamp the fullback's Evo. But he goes down. He's a big pass away. Ogier, Akahata, Kamana! Oh, the big man! That is a big try! That is All Flakes rugby. Big man doing big damage. Akahata Kamana. He is always at the forefront, and these clashes look well set up for future rounds. He is one man that I'd imagine the other subscriber sides will be putting a big circle around his name. Akahata Kamana. Oh, the man is a monster. And we have quite a few monsters as well in these sides. I can't wait to see the likes of Kamana go up against players from the Flakers, the Dragons and the Guardians. It'll still be a couple of rounds away, but he is looking in prime condition to lead from the front for these All Flakes. Great try, and he went right under the sticks as well. Didn't use the power, but he is just such a joy to watch as he trundles away from the defenders. Here is Pullman, and he slots that conversion. Easy one from right out in front. And they all count no matter how hard they are. 7-7 is the score. The All Flakes come back nicely to tie things up as we just about hit the half-an-hour mark. Both sides scrambled for their first tries, and Keatley will get us back underway with a deep kick, left side again, much like the All Flakes kicked off with him. Fleetwood, who was much involved in that, goes to Pullman, and Mumberg has been quite involved. Here's Vigo Ogier. Oh, he went to kick that. He's been just dumped, and a great tackle from Omani, and a turnover to Munster. And that's a knock-on to boot as well. And surprisingly, the All Flakes let that roll forward and would prefer to play the scrum. surprisingly. So there was the knock on. Keatley, was he looking for a kick? Was he looking for something else? We're not quite sure, but it's gone down regardless. And a scrum feed for Ogier, who really lost that ball first. And what's his pack got in store for him? They have that big threat of Kamana at number 8. And no surprise, he's going to run with it, and run he does. Great play from him, but the pass has gone forward. And Gavardi has pulled it in. We will go back for, it's another scrum. Kamana's such a threat. Look at the man. Did the pass? Oh, debatably. It was a bit wobbly.
Crouch.
It wasn't quite Sonny Bill level, was it, that offload? But you've got to take the risk. Gavardi was waiting out there for the pass. Could have almost come true. Oh, look at that. From Munster. They have bulldozed the All Flakes scrum. They go quickly wide to Tautu, who doubles around with Rory Scannell. They quickly go wide to Wooten. Catley's got work to do on Wooten, and Catley does very, very well. Catley turns it over too, and he's looked to kick, but he's gone away to Commander. What a play there. Cooper's involved. Pullman, they keep it alive. It goes to Streetwalker. He's got to look wide because he's got no support, but his pass is off the mark. And it's been pulled in by Munster. Half time is gone. If you didn't hear it, here is Scannell away to Keatley. He's gone for a nothing kick straight down the throat of Ike Grigley, who will run this back with joy, and he's taken from a player who looked like he was in an offside position. Ogier comes back for it. Are they going to run this the All Flakes? They go away to Friedlander, Captain Friedlander. Look at the wheels of the man go. He's got support on his outside. It's Gavardi, and Gavardi could be away. It's a foot race against Conway, but it will be Saki Gavardi, who will be forced into the corner, but he'll score a great length of the field try for the All Flakes, and they go into half with the lead. Saki Gavardi has been threatening. He's put himself in great positions, but who else to create it but Nicholas Friedlander? The man has been in impeccable form in recent rounds, really the whole season. He is one guy that the All Flakes cannot afford to leave out of the starting 15. Gavardi didn't have the speed. He's not a speedy winger. He's really ideally in the centres. But he gave 150% on that one. The determination on his face was plain to see. And Friedlander creates, Gavardi finishes, and we have an All Flakes lead as half-time. The away team just getting their noses in front. Pullman to make it 14, and that is good and over. The All Flakes lead thanks to some front row brilliance from Nicholas Friedlander, the captain, and he is continuing his legacy. He's one of the players from the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge history. Half-time we go, and we see the All Flakes have dominated this matchup, 68% of possession, 53% of territory. It is all going their way, and they are having a good deal of opportunity here to put points on the board. They do only lead by 7, which will not please them too much. Munster showing that they can score from a near-nothing opportunity and keep that ball alive at all costs. Hanningerers are letting the All Flakes down 5-1. They'll want to clean those up in the second half if they're going to come away with this victory. But a late try has them in the driver's seat, heading into the second 40 minutes of the final match of round 6. They do have 2 tries as well. Keep in mind, bonus point win will put them above the Guardians of the Crib. Much to play for here for the All Flakes. Just 1 bonus point so far in their season. It is a much talked about points around the Global Rugby Challenge. Here is George Pullman getting us back underway. Now the wind is slightly at the backs of the subscriber side. The All Flakes, and so away we go through Munster. What's a little run there from Niall Scannell, taking 2 All Flakes defenders with him. This little kick over the top there from Murray, and well, Wrigley has got away with that. He's done a quick throw, and oh my goodness, that is suicide! Giving the ball straight to O'Donnell, but Catley with his second ruck turnover of the match so far. Fleetwood, the counter-attack is on now. Pullman, he's only got forwards with him. He chips over the top, look who's chasing. Who else but Friedlander? We also had support of Matt Sacco there as well. It has been gratefully pulled in now at the back by Munster, and they'll start down here with Stander. Great tackle there on Stander, and a turnover from Grayson. Coop away, Mumbo, big pass, Friedlander! There you go, there you go. Man of the moment, player of the round, every round, Nicholas Friedlander for the All Flakes. Captain Incredible. Big tackle, Mumberg, and look at that. That's what your number 7 does. And a great turnover, and away it goes. And the big diving plant there from Freilander as well. The question here, that wasn't Mumberg. Actually, that was Benjamin Grayson, if I'm not mistaken. Great turnover regardless. And quick hands wide. Munster were no way prepared for that counter-attack. And a brilliant try has extended the lead now. And you've got to say the All Flakes are in control of this one. Wind at their back, which is always going to help if they're in trouble. Munster have to go fully length of the field now. They've got to score next. And the All Flakes are 1 try away from bonus point victory here if they can get it and hold on to the win, which looks likely at the moment. But remember that opening game of the round was 29-7 with 20 to go, and we had a full turnaround of 21 points that almost changed the victor. Here is Pullman away to Cook, the quick hands again. Finally Sacco gets it, and he's going to, well, hack this somewhere. Straight down the throat of Zebo, who turns it straight back to the All Flakes, and Freilander goes away to Fleetwood now, who's just done the same thing, hacked it straight down the guts, and it's missed by Zebo. Look who's there, and it's Freilander. Oh my word, he almost got it. Murray saves the day, and he kicks us long, and Wrigley was lining up a 3-point drop goal. Where it goes to Coop. Well, he's looking for something as well, but there's acres of space here. He's got away and through. Catley involved. Catley shrugs away one. Terrible offload, though, and Munster come away with it. They're looking to break away from their own 22. A run from Kilcoyne, and they go wide. Now there's a chance here, and it's a great play from Stander that opens up nicely for Conway. Conway's got one to beat, and it's like Wrigley, and Wrigley says no. Wrigley says get in touch, Conway. You're not having the game you did a few weeks ago. He's had chances, hasn't he, Conway? None of them have come to fruition, though, that is for sure. Woodall throws in, misses everyone. It's got to Mumberg at the back, and Kamana goes back to Catley. Catley's going to look for the safety of the corner, looking to pin back this Munster side. Kamana's chasing hard, and Kamana will get there first and force Sebo onto the boot with an average kick that goes just outside the 22. The All Flakes still like their chances now of grabbing their 4th try, and they could go up 28-7 with it. Woodall goes to the back and is nicely dragged down. Here is Ogier to Pullman. Pullman looks wide to Catley, who's in the line, and Catley straightens up. Catley steps, and Catley's driven down. Good tackle, Zebo. But there is numbers to the left side. Huge numbers. Benjamin Grayson draws it in. Adam Fleetwood. There's another try. Grayson could have got himself, but unselfishly drew in that defender a little bit. Fired it wide to a man who definitely needs the confidence, Adam Fleetwood. And he scores a try for the All Flakes. Catley just about went himself, just short of the line. But quick hands, Ogier goes, and just drew in that one defender. Probably would have stopped him. Wooden had a lot of work to do there. But it was clever play from the All Flakes. Great tackle, Zebo. Catley did everything right there. Presented the ball quickly. And Grayson, well, he could have gone towards the sticks, but you got to guarantee that bonus point, and that's exactly what the All Flakes have done here. We talked about him a little bit at the start, didn't we? Adam Fleetwood needed a big game. He's had a decent one. Nothing superb, but decent. And he'll take a little bit of confidence through to the big clashes later on in the year, where it's likely he will be playing. Here's George Pullman to make it 28-7. Starts it off with the right, and it just slithers in. Didn't need much to deter from the wind. Just let it go itself. Well, Keatley leaded the side nicely in the opening bits of the match, but it's fallen away very quickly for Munster, who have failed to really get within the chance of this game. Oh, terrible pass, and Sacco. Well, he's all over him there, and it's turnover from Murray. Freilander's got work to do, and he does very, very well there. And Kelly with his 3rd turnover. Grayson has just smacked this away. A decent kick too from the second rower. And now Murray leads this one from the front for Munster. And look at these All Flakes players, all slow to get back into position as wide they come. Klein Good ball to Zebo in the line. He's got a great offload away. Now Witten's in the work. Witten gets away from Catley. He's got work to do to go more. And Rory Scannell's taken down. A great tackle there from the cover defence of the All Flakes. Klein, he's got away from one. A great ball away. Now there's a chance for Omani. He finds a Noah Scannell. Back to Murray. Murray can foot races. Can he go all the way? No. Catley takes him down. There's one red jersey there, and that's all it needs. Now Scannell away to Klein, great offload. Ryan, out wide, it's a chance. Jakob Tauta! He's in for the try! Tauta scores, and it was a bulldozing run against one of the better defenders from today's game. 28-12, Jakob Tauta scores, but look at this. He steamrolled that last defender, great offloading here. Tauta, bang! Get out of the way. He is straight over the top of the try scorer for the All Flakes, Saki Gavadi, who has had work to do on his wing. He has been demolished here today. Look at this. Out wide, like this, bang. Oh, that is amazing. From the former South African, Jakob Tauta. Here is Ian Keatley. An important conversion this. They need all of them. There's 5 minutes still to play. They could tie it up if they score extremely quickly before full time and then get another restart. It's 28-14. Still a couple of scoring plays needed from Munster. Can they cook it up? They have 4 minutes to score and then get a restart before scoring yet again. It's a tough ask. It's a big ask. It's a huge ask as Pullman kicks off again. He goes deep. Makes the work as hard as possible for them. And Stander almost goes through. Slow ball, they need quicker than that. Keatley offside there as that player from the All Flakes. And it is Scannell who turns it back inside. It's a good little run. Kim Coyne offloads icing to Witten. And Witten goes into contact. Even Murray's jumping into that breakdown. Here's a pass away from Noah Scannell going to the side Rory Scannell. And that is full time. Hopefully we're going to see a bit of an attempt here. As wide they come through Conway. And Conway breaks out of one tackle. Going down in the fullback of Mike Wrigley. It's all going to town here at the moment. Oh, it's advantage All Flakes. Forward pass. That is a terrible way to end it for Munster. And you've got to say, I think this scoreline has been a scoreline for every subscriber match they've played. That wasn't forward. That was not forward at all. The referee has had a shocker. When Munster were trying to get themselves the bonus points, it doesn't matter. They won't get it. The referee's having none of the arguments. And we are going straight to full time. Referee says that is enough for the All Flakes, as expected with how the lead they had. 28-7 they did, and that is just about how it remained. One late try for Munster gets it up to 28-14. 4 tries to 2. 1 for Ryan and 1 for Tauta. Keatley 2 out of 2 from Vitsi. 4 individual try scorers for the All Flakes. Nicholas Friedlander, Akara Kamana, Adam Fleetwood, and Saki Gavadi with 1 each. George Pullman didn't do anything special, although there was a couple of drop goal attempts early on. We won't talk about those, but Pullman 4 out of 4 from the tee. Into the stats, and it was a close game on possession, wasn't it? 51-49 territory, though the All Flakes did have a little advantage, 60-40, and the tackle count, well, didn't really reflect possession, did it? The All Flakes doing a lot more work on defence than Munster throughout that 80 minutes. Both sides had plenty of line breaks, 8-6. You should have seen enough tries in that to have a tight game. Munster didn't turn their chances into points as often as they should have. Kicking game was pretty big from both sides. Kicking duels happened quite a few times throughout the game as both sides looked for that territorial advantage, which the All Flakes took out in the end. 28-14, it's a bonus point win, just what the All Flakes ordered, and they will be going now above the Guardians. Let's check out the table before we round up round 6. So there we have it, folks. Round 6 is done and dusted. We are now on to round 7, which sees the opening game, the Flakes up against the Exeter Chiefs. Not the subscriber series sub-clash that we had in round 6, but we will be having a bit of a look at that now and seeing when that is coming up. Our second match of round 7 for the All Flakes will round it out against Claremont. So keep that one in the back of your notebooks. That'll be the clash of the round to see where we go. Guardians with the loss, Dragons new to the competition, so they are looking for their first subscriber series win and their first subscriber clash. This is sure to be one to keep an eye out for. But we do kick off with the Flakes versus the Chiefs. Flakes now hot favourites to keep their top of the table spot, but this match is going to determine really what we're going to see from this match down here. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks as we round it out to the very end. I suppose what we got, we're just over halfway. Is there 11 rounds? There is 11 rounds. So when you get into the All Flakes playing their sub-series matches, then that is when we are in the closing stages of the competition. So there's a lot to happen here. We see the last match of the round. The Crusaders did get up over Clermont, which is a good one for the Crusaders as they continue on as well. They're doing pretty well. They took out Munster there. They've taken out Clermont, who were one of the better sides. The Crusaders, wow. If the All Flakes didn't win that last match versus Munster, they would have been on equal points. Now, would you look at that? Crusaders, 5 bonus points from 6 matches, 4 wins, 2 losses. Oh, wow. I mean, if the Guardians don't beat the Dragons, they could be in jeopardy of going down. Crusaders are a real threat now. They're in the 20s, and they could be the team to watch. Dragons sit top. Let's move that out of the way so we can actually read it properly. Dragons sit top, 27 points, equal with the Flakers. Points differential is the winner out there for the Dragons, who had a very, very good victory. All Flakes go into third, courtesy of that bonus point win over Munster, who now only have the 1 win to their name, and the Guardians of the Crib sit in fourth. Now, you look at this table and you say, mate, this competition is over. We know who the top 4 are going to be. It's just a matter of order. Well, I beg to differ, because remember, every round from here till the end, including round 6, there is going to be a subscriber team loser, which means that one of those 4 sides is going to drop a game, because every round has a subscriber team matchup, meaning Dragons versus the Flakers, or it's going to be the All Flakes and the Guardians. It's going to be one of those 2 teams that are in matchups. So, I mean, if the Guardians go poorly, they are going to lose 3 games. Crusaders have only lost 2. So, bonus points, I mean, the All Flakes could drop a couple, they could drop all 3. And then the Crusaders will be well on top of them. Remember, all these AI sides have pretty much all played 1 or 2, if not 3 or 4, of these subscriber sides. So you see teams like the Exeter Chiefs. I'm pretty sure this next game will be their last game against the subscriber side. So keep that in mind as we continue on through the series. I think Crusaders definitely are in a chance that top 4. As maybe Toulon and Wasps as well, but they're not having the best of time. Wasps, they just lost to the Crusaders as well. So there's a lot to go under the bridge still. A lot to happen in this series. So that's round 6 complete. It is the Flakers next in action up against the Exeter Chiefs. Hope to see you all there for that one. But of course, first, we will have the team of the week for round number 6. Of course, we had that big clash, Flakers and Guardians. So I'd say most of our team of the week players will come out of that, because it was a blinding game. Let me know your thoughts on who you think deserved to be there, as well as this match we just witnessed from the All Flakes. Emphatic, but a bit shaky towards the end. So that is me, done and dusted. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. As always, hope you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, as always, take care.